So, early in my life in athletics, or for most of my life in athletics, if you asked me about cheer and pong, I would have said it is a real pain in the neck. And what we realized later on was it was really only a pain in the neck because we didn't treat them like we treated everybody else, and we didn't have the same expectations for them as we had for everybody else. And as soon as I matured and figured out that was the way to do it, and it's just been a fabulous thing for us. There are a number of things that we do that most everyone else does, but I think about sports like rowing. It didn't make perfect sense to add rowing, but we added rowing, and then you saw schools like UCO and OU and others invest in rowing. And when we started women's wrestling, it made perfect sense. I still run into people who give me peculiar looks, but we were the 7th program in the country, and now they're at 30. So what works really well for us is we treat everybody the same, and we expect the same results from them. And generally, without question, they not only meet those expectations, but exceed them. So just something to add. And Rich, your question was great, but Alicia, your answer was even better than that. So I appreciate that. Okay, this past weekend, we started our women's golf season. And Marty McCauley, who's that great sandbagger, Marty McCauley, our head coach, who is like Bear Bryant, you know, every year, we're just not sure how good we're going to be. Well, this year, we started with a bang, and the young lady he brought really started with a bang. So I've asked Marty to give us an update on women's golf. Let's welcome Marty McCauley.
All right, first of all, I'd like to point out softball is 7-0. I think they have 62 more wins to go to beat the Oakland record. Is that correct, somewhere on that?
That is
I
correct.
have faith in you, Phil. Caroline, please stand up. So, as Mr. Abbott said, Caroline just won her first collegiate tournament individually about 48 hours ago. Had an 8-hour drive back from Victoria, Texas to Oklahoma City so she could get to school the next morning with her 6 teammates. Really good tournament, good start for us. We struggled a bit early in the fall. We came back from summer and weren't too sharp and had a few bad turns to start off. And then we really hit our stride, finished 5th at a Division I tournament, finished runner-up at a Division I tournament. We won our home tournament in the fall, shooting 3 under par in the second round, which for a team score, that's really pretty unbelievable at our level for college golf. So we went to this tournament, and unfortunately I missed some of our practices on weekends because I was out recruiting in Texas and other places because I have 5 juniors this year. So the 2017 class, I'm losing a huge chunk of my team, so I'm trying to find some new players to come fill in so we can maintain our success. So they sent me the scores from their qualifying when they played on the weekends, and they just weren't very good. I mean, I can't put it any other way. It was tough. So we went to this tournament. I had absolutely no idea what to expect, and this tournament had live scoring for it. So every 3 holes, the players turned in their scores. So as I'm sitting there watching along while they're playing, I'm like, wow. And then it was wow, and then it was even more wow. The first round, we had an 18-shot lead. So I know that in other sports like basketball, that's probably equivalent to like a 40-point lead in the first quarter. So ended up winning by 30 shots, which was a school record for a 54-hole tournament. So couldn't have started off any better. So hopefully we can maintain that. We leave Saturday for Corpus Christi. It's a Division I tournament where there'll be 10 D1 teams and us. So that'll be a huge test for us, get some bigger schools to go down there and play a little bit tougher course. And then have a week off, and then we play in Southern Nazarene's tournament at Kickingbird Edmond on March 9th and 10th, which is good to have a local tournament against some of the smaller teams from around here. Then we have a few weeks off, and then we go to probably our toughest tournament of the year, which will be University of Cincinnati hosted, but it's in Orlando, Florida, at Mission Inn Resort down there on a great golf course against some of the top 50 Division I teams. So that'll be a real challenge. And then we have a home tournament in April, and then our conference tournament in Fort Worth mid-April, and then our national championships are in Savannah, Georgia again this year. So really looking forward to getting back to work this week and hopefully we can carry some of the momentum, and the girls just seem to play with a lot of confidence, and more than anything, they're really mature. They really grew up somehow or another between Christmas and now. So. Any questions?
Marty, we met Melissa, who signed her letter of intent here. You want to just talk a little bit about other recruits?
Okay, so for next year, we have one senior this year, Abby Thompson, who I would also like to mention. At this last tournament, she had her best collegiate finish. She finished 5th. Shot her career low of 73, both the second and the third round. So she had a great tournament. But she's our one senior. So for next fall, we're bringing in, as of right now, we signed 2 players. Melissa Eldridge, who y'all met at the luncheon, I believe, in November, that signed her letter of intent actually then, is coming in. She's a pretty highly touted high school player. I think she's the 3rd ranked player in the state of Oklahoma at the current time. So she'll come in as a freshman and probably contribute immediately. And then our other recruit is Savannah Moody. She's originally from Aledo, Texas, but she's at McLennan Community College. I want to say she's the 7th ranked junior college sophomore in the country. So very highly ranked junior college player. And the strange thing in golf is we played against her twice in the fall, and their team's actually going to be in Corpus Christi also, so we play against them again. So as much as we want to see Savannah do well, we also don't want her to do too well, because we do compete against her. And at our home tournament, us and McLennan, we're kind of going head to head coming down the stretch, and kind of had to root against her. But I'm really happy to have both of them. They're both incredible young ladies with great point averages, and will be great additions to our program.
Any other questions?
Thank you.